Let me tell you why you should never make a deal with God unless you are confident that you're going to be able to carry through with that deal. And I see this happen a lot, and I've done this. I've been in some serious trouble, and I would pray and I would say, God, if you will get me out of this trouble, I will live for you, I will serve you, I will make you the first in my life. For me, it was I will preach the gospel. I will put your calling for my life above anything in this natural world. And I would make that deal with God, and then I wouldn't honor it. Eventually, that landed me in federal prison. Now, that might be different from you. Philippians 1:6 says that God will perfect the work that he started in you. The process of perfection is a process of trouble. It's a process of mountains and valleys. It's a process of hurt, pain, tragedy. Because as we go through these things, if we respond the right way, we get stronger. But let's just say you've made this deal with God. God, get me out of this addiction. God, help me make it through this. God, get me out of these charges. God, do this in my life, and I will. And then you don't. We see in Revelations that Satan is the accuser of the brethren. Now, I'm not a court of heaven proponent. I believe that there's so much heresy inside of that little segment of the evangelical church that it's unreal, and I won't get into that. But we can see legal terms throughout the Bible for heaven. So as I make this deal with God, the accuser is reminding God that I have not kept my end of the deal. And I remember Jesus looked at Peter and he said, Peter, Satan has demanded. Eventually, Satan demands his right to your life to destroy you. Now, we can respond to the destruction with humility and respond by apologizing and repenting and doing that we had vowed to God, or we can just get more and more destroyed. But when you make that deal with God and you do not keep that deal with God, a day of reckoning is coming. And I know this isn't popular. Your best life now. I'm okay. I know that. I'm not that kind of preacher. I'm the kind of preacher that's going to tell you straight. When you make that deal with God, keep that deal with God. I can't tell you the number of times I've watched people in the addiction ministry make deals with God, and God restore so much of their life for them to just throw it away, seeking the things of the world. Too busy to go to church. Even go to church. Even show up once a week to church. God pulls them out of serious addiction, and they're too preoccupied with the things of this world that they can't even show up to church once a week. Don't make a deal with God if you don't plan on keeping it. But if you want out of the mess that you're in, make a deal with God and watch God keep his part. Just make sure you're going to keep your part of the deal.